Today we are exploring the concept of the easiest and worst trial that Danganronpa V3 almost gave us. This trial did not occur, but could have occurred if events went differently. YTTD, the ultimate detective and our player character, what if we killed Kibo by actually agreeing to use the electro hammer on him when he asks us? Why and when would this occur? In the original game, Shuichi is asked by Kibo to use the electro hammer on him. This occurs in a very short little conversation that is after we agree to test the hydraulic press on him. What a funny animation. And after not recognizing him as human, but also before we enter the death road of despair to escape. In the original game and this version, Kibo is still seeking to see if Mew designated him as a human when she had made these electro hammers. And this is something Kibo seeks to get clarity on his relationship with Mew and what she meant to him and what he meant to her. Just like before, Kibo asked Shuichi to use the electro hammer on him. Hearing Kibo's plea, and let's just say a simple and submissive Shuichi moment, or lapse in judgment fueled by Kibo's trust, we agree in this scenario. Shuichi raises up the electro hammer over his head and drops it down on Kibo's head. On contact, Kibo's light of his eyes goes and vanishes. His functions essentially stop right away. Depending on how hard Shuichi brought it down being metal, it's quite possible we have a Mechamaru situation where he damages through the robotic material with the hammer and dents in his head, killing him, if not already dead from the hammer's effect of purging electronics. Kibo also the strength of an old man, so he's not exactly immune to damage. Kibo's location of death would be obvious. Shuichi wouldn't have had time to transport or stage Kibo's body to make it look like a suicide or that it occurred elsewhere. The others would obviously investigate after just hearing both Kibo and Shuichi's voice above the manhole. Because if you remember earlier in the game, Gonta actually left the manhole cover off. After knowing that they were right behind them and not having them come down right away, this would be when the body discovery announcement would occur as they all go to investigate. Kaito, Maki, Himiko, and Samugi are already down the manhole waiting for us to join them. All four have each other as alibis. This would leave only three possible suspects to commit the murder of the ultimate robot: Shuichi Saihara, us, Kokichi, who at this point his position's unknown to the group, and Kibo himself. As stated before, Kibo wouldn't be transported or transferred. Nothing could be done to obfuscate the cause of death. So the location is set. Kibo's body would be powerless and broken and with a lot of damage. A blunt object making someone powerless? Yeah, the weapon's obvious as well. I prior touched on alibis. Again, everyone but Shuichi, Kokichi, and Kibo himself would have an alibi at this point. That's already a 1/3 chance without even talking at a trial ground. Time of death, yeah, like I don't know, less than 5 minutes between the gymnasium and the manhole boiler room. So I made two scenarios on how I think the trial would go down. Scenario 1. I think that the trial would be full of lies. Shuichi would just simply keep using lie bullets instead of the normal truth bullets. As the player, we have to lie the whole trial using our social status in the group as well as our prior work in class trials to deceive everyone a killer aiming to live. This would result in lies like Kokichi jumped out and used the electro hammer on Kibo, or Kibo grabbed the electro hammer when I was about to go down the ladder. I don't think lies could carry him through a multiple hour trial, however. Eventually the truth is found out. I'm still not sold that Shuichi could keep lying through a whole trial without breaking emotionally, especially to his friends. I think Kokichi could eventually catch him in a lie. I think Maki could sense a change in Shuichi's personality or the way he's talking in the group. Samugi would, as the mastermind, know the killer due to the Monokuma kid robot things that fly around in the air, and obviously would seek to keep the game going until only two remain for more trials and more action for the TV show. Shuichi has one vote on his side, and that is Kaito, the hero, who never would vote or suspect his sidekick Shuichi. Like Gonta, Kaito would be at Shuichi's side defending him. Himiko, who's a little gullible and reliant on others' insight, would probably just vote Shuichi. I still think it being his hammer, him being last with Kibo, and eventually he would break down like all killers do in Danganronpa. The trial was stacked against him, but in this version he simply lies till the very end, destroying what goodness and friendships he had, and plays a villain in a vain attempt to survive an unlikely trial. Scenario 2, which I think is more likely, is the trial would just be boring. Likely solved within 5 minutes, might as well start voting time, this is how it goes. The way I see the trial is a open and shut case. Shuichi's a wreck emotionally and physically. He's gone through a lot, but betraying and deceiving his friends, betraying Kaede's goal of everyone escaping together, the guilt of killing Kibo, he just can't do it anymore. Kaito might not think it's him, but everyone knows it's him. He was behind with Kibo, no alibi. The weapon was his electro hammer. Shuichi was the last person seen near Kibo. A murder from the person they trusted the most. Reactions are a mixed bag. Kaito can't believe it. His sidekick, his bro, a killer? Kokichi for once doesn't laugh. Wow, the ultimate detective made like the easiest case ever. Maki's enraged as she doesn't understand this stupid crap when they're about to leave and why Kokichi's still alive because she hates Kokichi. Himiko's just dumbstruck on the scenario overall, and Samugi the mastermind does a fake smile and is pissed for the easiest trial in 53 seasons and how boring it is for the audience. Shuichi votes himself, he like Kaede doesn't mind dying. So to conclude the video, I'm happy this trial didn't take place. It's just a tiny, easy to skip random moment, random conversation in Danganronpa V3. But if this trial did happen, I do think it would alter our surviving cast of students. That's a video for another time. Please hit that like button to show support. Also comment, which of my two scenarios do you think is more likely? What do you think of the scenario overall? I personally think it was very close to occurring as, again, Shuichi was willing to drop a hydraulic press on his friend, the robot. And honestly, Kiba almost died because he had to like last second roll on out of there like a transformer. So what do you think? Put it down below in the comment section. Thanks for joining me, Ultimates. Peace out. Bye-bye.